Hi everyone, my name is Ana Vitek. I am the Field Garden Manager at COD. The Field Garden grows organic vegetables on campus to fight food insecurity. We also do a lot of sustainable gardening practices, and today I'm here to introduce you to a quick and easy Bokashi composting at home idea that you could get started with right away. First off, what is Bokashi composting? Most people haven't heard of it. It's a technique from Japan for taking food waste and turning it into valuable compost in about a month. Traditional composting takes a lot longer, 6 months to a year. The word Bokashi means fading away. And that's exactly what happens. You take vegetable scraps and they fade away and turn into wonderful soil for your garden. Bokashi is an anaerobic process. That means without oxygen. It relies on inoculated bran to ferment kitchen waste veggies, including meat and dairy if you want, and bones, but they're slow to break down, and it turns them into a soil enhancement for your garden and a nutrient-rich tea for your plants. Compost is plant food. Feed your plants Bokashi vegetables and watch your plants grow. Less waste in the landfill is better for the planet. When we throw out veggie scraps, they go to the landfill typically. Trapped there without air, food decomposing in a landfill actually produces methane. Methane is a greenhouse gas that's very, very potent. Landfills account for a large percentage of methane emissions in the US. So by Bokashi composting, you reduce landfill waste. So just to review, what are the main benefits of Bokashi composting? Number one, it helps build healthy soil. And healthy soil equals healthy plants. Number two, it's super fast and easy. Number three, it's pretty much pest-free. Number four, it's forgiving. It takes lots of types of food waste. And number five, it's sustainable. It helps the environment because less trash goes to the landfill. So what can you compost? You could compost vegetable scraps, eggshells, carrot peelings, potato peelings, onion skins, coffee grounds, citrus. Veggie scraps are all then combined with a bran that's been inoculated with good bacteria, like the bacteria in yogurt, and good microbes. And they help ferment or really pickle the food waste. You can also add some waste like meats and cheeses, because the bran is then inoculated with good bacteria, like with lactobacillus, which helps ferment it, all the veggie scraps. So what can't you compost? You can't compost very moldy bread. Too much moldy food is generally not good to compost, but a couple pieces of moldy bread or a couple pieces of a little bit moldy fruit are usually okay. You don't want to compost too much greasy or oily food, and you want to remember to get the compost bucket not too wet inside. If it gets a little wet, you can add a little brown cardboard torn up or paper, but these are less in nutrients than the veggie scraps, so you only want to do a little bit. So what do you need to get started with Bokashi composting? You need a bucket with a spigot or tap. A homemade bucket or store-bought, both are good. You will need a potato masher, or you could use your hand or the bottom of a bottle. You will need inoculated bran. Many different types are available. This is something you purchase. And you will need all your veggie food waste. Then what do? You layer up your food waste like a lasagna. You're going to do a layer of veggie scraps, a layer of bran, and keep layering inside the bucket until the bucket is all the way full. You continuously are going to push down on all the veggie waste, so there's not a lot of space between it all, so everything gets really pushed down. And then you're going to try to fill up the entire bucket. So this is going to take a couple weeks, and you want the container to be all the way full and tightly packed down with all your vegetable scraps. At this point, you should start seeing maybe some white fluffy mold. That's normal and good. You don't want to see brown, blue, or green mold. That's probably bad and your bucket was too wet. When your bucket is full, then you'll leave it for 2 to 3 weeks out of direct sunlight. It's okay to leave it longer. You want to check on it at that point, drain off any compost tea, and you can use that as a liquid fertilizer for your plants. You're just going to drain it off the spigot, and you will put it in like a mason jar or an old jar, and you would mix it 100-to-1 ratio because it's very strong. And you want to really dilute it for your plants. It should, and then at that point, your bucket should look and smell fermented. It should have kind of a sweet sour smell. It should appear to still look like vegetables, not broken down. It should just look like pickled vegetables, and it shouldn't smell putrid. It should not smell bad. At that point, you have a partially fermented bucket of bokashi, so congratulations. So what do you do with it? Bokashi is quite acidic after the first 2 weeks. It can be used as a part composted material at this stage. Idea number 1, dig it into your regular 3-bin compost area outside if you have one in your garden, and it will accelerate your traditional composting setup and help you get a nutrient-dense traditional compost even faster for your plants. Idea number 2, which is what we do in the field garden at COD, dig it into your vegetable beds. So you're going to dig a trench about 12 to 18 inches deep where roots and animals won't contact it for about 2 to 3 weeks. So you really want to bury it. And then you'd sprinkle your bokashi into that trench and put the soil back over it. After about 2 to 3 weeks, it should be completely broken down and very hard to find in the soil. And this is something you could try. After you've reburied it, go back in about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll find it very hard to find any vegetable scraps at that time because they've all been incorporated into the soil. Another idea is just to dig it into your garden beds anywhere in your garden, about 12 inches down to feed the soil. This is especially good in a backyard if you want to see really good growing, really good fertilization in a certain area. You would add little trenches in your garden, fill them with bokashi, and then put soil back on top of them. And the fourth idea is to build a soil factory. This is a great winter idea for your basement or for your garage. You simply get a big Tupperware and you would layer your 2-week-old bokashi into the bottom and cover it with a high-quality soil product, like a bagged soil that you buy at the store, in a 1-to-1 ratio. So basically, you have a big Tupperware, you have your bokashi at the bottom, and then you cover it with soil, and then you could keep building in another layer of bokashi, another layer of soil, and by spring, you would have a bokashied bucket of a Tupperware container full of really good soil for your garden. So a couple of frequently asked questions about bokashi. Will animals dig up my bokashi? This is not very likely because it's pickled and fermented, but they might try to dig it up if you have composted some meat and bones. So you want to make sure that's super buried if you do that, or you might consider, if you want just not to have to deal with any animal issues, don't compost meat or bones that they might be attracted to. That's what we do in the field garden. Question number 2, is it messy? No, it's pretty easy and it's not messy. And then another frequently asked question, is it smelly? No, it should smell like a sweet and sour kind of fermented smell and not bad. And then, of course, is it good for my soil? Yes. Bokashi is beyond good for your soil. It's an excellent soil builder, and organic gardening is all about creating great soil. Good soil grows healthy plants. Bokashi helps create rich soil full of life and beneficial microorganisms. So that's about all I had today, just a quick start, and I hope you give Bokashi composting a try this year. It's fun and easy, and your plants will thank you with lots of flowers and a really big harvest.